What's up, New York Skateboarding? We're here with Eli Morgan Gesner, aka the International Ocular Orchestra, the man behind Zoo York, the other half of the mixtape video, which everyone credits me for.
Yes.
Is the man.
And this is the legendary Roman B. Umali, Texas-born, New York City representative. I was Arby's boss. So, and you were new to the game.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I just moved to the city, and
was I a bit of a jerk? Like, you're gonna use these songs?
Not at all. Like,
good.
When I moved to New York and I met you, honestly, I was just like enamored of like what you guys had done for New York City, and the culture was so new to me, and you guys had ties and roots and like everything. Every graffiti writer, every skateboarder, every BMXer you wanted to meet, every like musician that was cool, like all the cool clubs, all like movie stars. I'm like a young kid that just moved here, fresh out of high school. I'm just like, these guys are the shit. Like, I want to like know everything and like hang out with these guys. And I had the opportunity to work with them. I was like, oh, this is like my dream job. Like,
oh, good.
And I did it for 20-something years.
Nice, longer than me.
We all just kind of met on the streets, and I remember going to the office for the first time with Anthony just to check it out. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, it's a real skateboard company. They got like, they're doing it. To me, it was like a dream. You know? And it was so like raw and bare bones back then. But to a young kid that just hasn't seen anything, I was just like enamored. I was like, this
we were a real skateboard company.
Yeah.
You know, back then, again, he said it was bare bones. There was so few of us, and we were like, always trying to put out stuff. And this guy was always filming and always coming with such good footage. He would edit everything in his own orderly fashion, but that, and technically in the industry, we call that an assembly, which would just be a selection of shots unedited. Then I'm sure I would be like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this?
And sounds like, oh, that song's sick. That song's sick. Like, and he always, every time I came in the office, I had a lot of footage. He had a lot of music.
We're here to talk about the music today on all the old videos from the 1990s that Arby and I worked on together at Zoo York, which was Peep This, Heads, and then the EST videos. We're not going to talk about the mixtape videos because that's a whole other thing.
It's a whole other chapter. But these videos, I was lucky enough to have Eli not only doing all the artwork, but producing the music for all of the skate tracks, which a lot of people ask me to this day, well, who was that song? Who made that song?
I made that song. Even when I was doing ads, it was always like, you know, True East, or what can we do to you know, make this 13 colonies, like something that had to do with the East Coast.
Something, in common with the East Coast, you know, and it's not just New York, because, Boston, Philly, DC,
Florida,
and Florida, we're all like...
Yeah, so what do they all have in common? They're all on Eastern Standard Time. You know, nowadays you can take any music you want. You could go take the Eagles or Led Zeppelin or Run DMC and throw it on a thing because it's for free, but we used to sell these. So we had to have the rights to use the music, and that used to cost a lot.
We actually came up with a funny acronym for it. We were calling it ISM, Intelligent Skate Music.
Yes!
So like we invented this whole new genre.
Early on in the 90s, all the early music editing equipment, the samplers and such, were kind of made for people who were engineers coming from like music studios. I did a workaround to try and make beats, which is I used this weird program called Sound Edit 16.
Sound Edit 16,
nowadays everyone's like, oh, BPMs, what are the BPMs? Even when we put this out, everyone else would be like, oh, what BPM is that? And I was like, I don't know, I do it all by seconds.
At the time though, you were hanging around the sickest DJs like Ani and Craze. We have the music studio.
Oh, right, there was
a lot of music happening.
We had a music studio that we built at Zoo, and DJ Ani, who was probably most well known for being in the band Delight, he was kind of like the guy who knew the most about music, and
he was a legend on the DJ scene back
yeah,
in the day.
exactly. The reason that we're here is because a lot of the original songs, without the skateboard noises and tricks and click clacks, got lost.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking for them. They were lost on hard drives. I lost old CDs that I had with them burnt onto them.
Yeah. Me too. And then just now I was in Los Angeles going through my storage in LA and opened up a box and there was a CD with his handwriting and it was like RB, MP3s, New York videos. And I was like, oh my God, please, please. And I put it in the little CD reader and it was like all the music from Peep This, Heads, EST, 1, 2, and 3. I got the Josh Callis Jedi.
Yep.
The DJ Jedi song I did with the lightsabers.
Yeah.
Do you remember any other songs stick out in your head?
The one I do remember, because it was monumental of your office, you had that big hammerhead shark. It was called Hammerhead that you made. That was one of the first beats you made.
Yeah.
And J. Rue ended up rapping over it.
Yeah.
The original Dirty Rotten Scoundrel, J. Rue the Amateur. Putting it down, live from New York. Superhuman MC, with superhuman MC skills. Here to take the head of the whack. Long live real hip hop. This how we putting it down. This is what I heard. Check. I heard that hip hop's the biggest on fuck like Chris Rock, I'm back. Bigger, blacker, and deafer. The root, never touch ya. Phone record.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me, like, where can I get this song? Who made that song? I'm like, oh, that song I bet I have on an old hard drive somewhere, and I go to look for it, I'm like, I don't have it anymore. Like, it's long gone or buried in storage.
Yeah.
It was buried in storage also on the West Coast, and luckily it's been found.
Yep.
And everyone that's been asking me, where can I get this song?
There's going to be a link to my SoundCloud, and all the audio, original music tracks from these videos are now going to be available for free to the old and the young.
Oh, you were getting so precise though.
Yeah, so 1 was 1 second. Then it was 0.999, 0.998, and it would have to be, you know, reduction.
So it could be anywhere with a number in between, whatever BPM it is.
And I had a calculator, and I would just sit there with the calculator and be like, wait, what? The hi-hats are. So if that's coming in, it's divisible by 8, 0.012.
King nerd.